Archana, welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm going to show you how to make jalebi right in your own kitchen. Jalebi is one of my favorite sweet dishes. I can have it for breakfast, lunch or dinner or snack at any time of the day for that matter. It's a fairly simple recipe and has a few set of ingredients. So without wasting any time, let's dive right in to see how to make this dish. So to begin making the jalebi, we need flour, corn flour, a bit of turmeric powder, some baking powder or soda, a little bit of ghee and water and some yogurt as a souring agent. So let's just start right away. So into a bowl, I'm going to add in the flour, known as maida, and to this add in the corn flour. You can also add besan. Some people add gram flour, also known as besan, and in the south they add urad dal flour as well. And adding turmeric powder for the color. I don't like to use artificial colors, and turmeric is a natural color. And after that, the baking powder. I'll first combine all the dry ingredients well, just with a spoon. To this, add in the yogurt, important souring agent. We're going to allow this batter to ferment, so the yogurt will help the batter to ferment. A tablespoon of ghee adds a little bit of flavor to the jalebi, and then water. We have to add a little water at a time. The consistency of the batter that you need to achieve is a thick batter, more like a pancake batter. And I'm going to show you the consistency that's required. Make sure you combine all the ingredients well. So once the batter is well combined, notice that it should be of dropping and pouring consistency, but not thin like liquid. And so this is perfect for making homemade jalebis. So now what I have to do is to allow this batter to rest. I'm going to cover this batter and allow it to rest for about 24 hours at least, so the batter ferments and also develops the light sour taste you get in the jalebis when you have it outside. I have already pre-made that is kept, and you will notice that the batter is risen and has got a light yellow color because of the turmeric, and it's nice and fluffy, just perfect for making the jalebis. So our next step is to go and fry the jalebis in batter and also make the sugar syrup for the jalebis. So let's just move on. To begin making the jalebi, first I will prepare the sugar syrup and keep that ready. So as and when we keep making the jalebis, we'll add the jalebis to the sugar syrup. So into a pan, I'm going to add in a cup of water and a cup of sugar. We will stir the sugar and water together until it is well dissolved. Once the sugar and water is well dissolved, we need to simmer the sugar syrup until it reaches a one-string consistency. Now that the sugar is dissolved completely, I'm going to flavor the sugar with some saffron. The saffron not only adds color to the jalebi when it gets soaked, but also adds delicious, rich flavor and taste. The sugar has been bubbling for about 5 to 6 minutes. I turned it on high heat, and now I've turned it to low heat because the sugar has reached one-string consistency. You will know that it has reached one-string consistency when you touch the syrup and it feels a little sticky, but it need not necessarily form a string between your fingers. So at this stage, I'm going to keep the sugar syrup on low, very low heat to the side, and start frying the jalebis in hot oil. So now I have been preheating my oil for about 10 minutes now, and it's warm and it's well heated. And to make the jalebis, you can either use a Ziploc bag or a piping bag like this. Most street vendors use a kind of a jug which has a hole down, and then they go around. But we are at home and we don't have those fancy things. So we're going to go ahead and use this. I'm going to fill in the bag with the fermented batter, the jalebi batter. So once you have the batter, cut the tip of the bag or the Ziploc bag that you're using. This is a piping bag, and make a slight hole. So you have, it's a medium-sized hole. It depends. If you've made the hole a little too big, then you'll have a thicker jalebi. If you've made the hole a little thin, then you'll have a thinner jalebi. Now the process of making the spiral onto the hot oil is a technique that you will learn with practice. It doesn't come in the first instance. It didn't come in the 10th instance for me, and over time, and I kept doing it, I perfected it. Well, if you see there is some imperfections in the jalebi right now as I'm doing, then, well, that shows that it takes time to get hang of making the jalebi itself. Homemade jalebis do come with imperfections. It took me a couple of tries to get a particular shape, but don't worry about shapes when you make homemade jalebis. Even if it comes out of shape, the taste of this jalebi is just as delicious as the ones that you get in the markets. So go ahead, fry the jalebis on low to medium heat until it becomes crisp and lightly browned. And once it is crisp and lightly browned, we will put it into the sugar syrup that we had made earlier. Once the jalebis are browned, I'm going to drop them into the sugar syrup and allow them to soak in the sugar syrup for about a couple of minutes. Turn the jalebis over, flip them over in the sugar syrup so both sides get coated evenly with the sugar. Once the jalebis have soaked well, the jalebis will be ready to be served hot along with your ice cream or rabdi. You must have heard the sound. It's crispy and it's juicy and it's delicious. You have to give this recipe a try in your kitchen. And when you do, don't forget to give your feedback in the comments below. Until then, until next time, happy cooking and healthy eating.